Hello, my name is Jo Dawson, Freedom to Speak Up Guardian for University Hospitals of Leicester. This video is part of the 5 Steps initiative to responding to staff concerns. This short animation highlights the potential barriers for staff when raising concerns. Deborah is a junior doctor who wants to raise a concern with her clinical education supervisor, Paul.
Hello, Paul. Do you have a moment to talk about a concern I have?
Not really, Deborah. I've got a lot on and I don't really have time to talk about your problems.
Can I come back in an hour?
An hour, sure. Yeah, an hour's fine. Deborah, can you just close the door on your way out, please?
1 hour later, Deborah returns to speak to Paul, and this time she's able to sit down and talk with him.
I wanted to talk to you around Dr. House's behaviour. I feel he doesn't listen to me and other juniors within the department.
Dr. House? No, I'm sure that can't be right. He's a great clinician, plus, you know what he's like.
I understand what you're saying. Myself and my colleagues have tried to talk to him about cases, but he just shuts us down.
Look, Deborah, he's probably just having a bad day. I'll go and speak to him and let him know what you've told me.
As you've seen, whilst Paul sat and appeared to listen to Deborah's concerns, Paul was dismissive and just seemed to accept Dr. House's behaviour. Deborah left Paul feeling upset, worried around the repercussions, and told herself she would never raise a concern again. This has been an example of how not to respond to staff concerns. I will now explain the 5 steps that should be used. The first step is simple: say thank you. This is so important to the member of staff who may be feeling anxious around raising their concerns. It is important to show compassion, as this promotes a culture of understanding and empathy. This can be done through truly listening with fascination. Switch off from other distractions and focus on the staff member in front of you, sharing their concerns. When a staff member has finished sharing their concerns, it's vital to repeat back what you've heard to ensure you both have the same understanding. Ask the staff member what they want to happen next. Together, agree the actions that will be taken forward. Feedback is a step which is often missed and yet forms a vital part of the 5 steps, as letting staff members know what has been done ensures that they feel included within the process. The next animation will demonstrate the 5 steps being put into action. Jacob has asked to see his team leader, George. Jacob wants to raise concerns around the backlog of referrals for the clinic he works in. Jacob is anxious around raising his concerns. However, he knows it's the right thing to do.
Hi George, thanks for seeing me. I really need to speak to you as I need to raise a concern that I have.
No problem. Thank you for coming to see me, Jacob. Now, why don't you tell me a bit more about your concern?
Okay, I was cleaning out some of the drawers in the office yesterday and I found about 100 referrals that haven't been actioned. Looking at the dates, they seem to be around 3 months old. I'm really worried about how this is going to affect the team as we've got so much on already.
Thank you for raising this with me, Jacob. Okay, so you were cleaning out some drawers yesterday and found 100 referrals from around 3 months ago that haven't been actioned yet. Understandably, you're worried about how this can be dealt with now and how this will affect the team, as you guys are already under so much pressure. Does that sound about right?
Yes, that's correct.
So what would you like to happen with your concern now? Would you like me to raise it with anyone specifically?
I think that someone clinical should go over these referrals to see if any are urgent. I also think we should report the incident on Datix.
Yes, I think reporting this on Datix is a good idea. So what I'm going to do this morning is take these referrals to a clinician to review so that we can see if any are urgent, if any re-referrals have been done, and if any of the patients have already been seen. I'm also going to take this to the service manager so that we can discuss an action plan moving forwards. Now, just to check with you, would you like your name to remain confidential with me, or are you okay with others knowing your name?
I'm fine with others knowing that I've raised a concern.
Later that day, George asked Jacob to come and see him so he could provide him with some feedback.
Hi Jacob, thanks for coming back to see me. I wanted to give you an update on what has happened since you raised your concern with me. I went through the referrals with a clinician, and of the 100 referrals that were found, 30 were urgent, and those patients will actually be seen in clinic tomorrow, so thank you very much for raising this. If there are any repercussions from you raising this with me, please do let me know.
Thanks, that's excellent. Has taken a load off my mind.
Here at the University Hospitals of Leicester, the Trust aims to empower all staff to feel able to raise concerns and ensure that speaking up is business as usual.